century AD to the 20th may be regarded as appearing from nowhere. Thus, it violates the law of conservation of matter. If the vehicle carries a power source of any kind, it also violates conservation of energy. A quibble, as they are both the same law these days. To say that an equivalent tonnage of matter disappears 1,000 years later is no answer. For 10 centuries there was an extra time machine around. But things are even worse if a grandfather paradox is involved. One can imagine a centuries-old time machine resting in a museum inside a glass and steel case made from the glass and the steel which would have been used to build the time machine if anyone had gone ahead and built that time machine, which nobody did because of interference with the past via that same time machine. 2. If one cannot send matter through time, perhaps one can send signals, information. But even this violates conservation of energy. Any signal involves energy in some form. Furthermore, relativity laws state that information cannot travel faster than c, the velocity of light in a vacuum. A signal traveling back through time travels faster than infinity. 3. Physical time travel clearly violates any law of motion, as motion always relates to time. This affects conservation of momentum, statements about kinetic energy, and even the law of gravity, anybody's law of gravity. 4. What about drawing information from the future? If precognition and prophecy are only very accurate guesswork by the subconscious mind, then no laws are violated. But if precognition really has something to do with time, I cite the Heisenberg principle. One cannot observe something without affecting it. If one observes the future, there must be an energy exchange of some kind, but that implies that the future one is observing is the future, that it already exists, that information is flowing into the past. I've demonstrated that this violates relativity and conservation of energy. It also involves a grandfather paradox if information drawn from one future is used to create another. And if the information can't be used to change the future, then what good is it? What was that about the stock market? 5. Travel into the future is no more difficult than suspended animation and a good, durable time capsule. But you can't go home without traveling into the past. Does any of this seem like nitpicking? Sure it is. Are we to regard the laws of relativity and conservation as sacred, never to be broken, nor even bent by exceptions? Heaven forbid. But time travel violates laws more basic than conservation laws. Our belief in laws of any kind presupposes a belief in cause and effect. Time travel reverses cause and effect. With the grandfather paradox operating, the effect, coming before the cause, may cause the cause never to come into effect, with results which are not even self-consistent. Characters in time travel stories often complain that English isn't really built to handle time travel. The tenses get all fouled up. We in the trade call this problem Excedrin headache number -3.14159. To show it in action, I'd like to quote from one of my own stories, Bird in the Hand. The characters have done catastrophic damage to the past and are discussing how to repair it. Maybe we can go around you, Svets hesitated, then plunged in. Zira, try this. Send me back to an hour before the earlier Zira arrives. Ford's automobile won't have disappeared yet. I'll duplicate it, duplicate the duplicate, take the reversed duplicate and the original past you in the big extension cage. That leaves you to destroy the duplicate instead of the original. I reappear after you've gone, leave the original automobile for Ford, and come back here with the reversed duplicate. How's that? It sounded great. Would you mind going through it again? Let's see. I go back to... This was less of a digression than it seemed. The English language can't handle time travel. We conclude that the ancestors who made our language didn't have minds equipped to handle time travel. Naturally, we don't either, for our thinking is too dependent on our language. As far as I know, no language has tenses equipped to handle time travel. No language on Earth. Yet. But then, no language was ever equipped to handle lasers, television, or spaceflight until lasers, television, and spaceflight were developed. Then the words followed. If time travel were thrust upon us, would we develop a language to handle it? We'd need a basic past tense, an altered past tense, a potential past tense, might have been, an altered